Don't ever seek revenge, and don't ever regret being a good person, because the person that you was being so good to, they probably needed that at that time. And another thing is, stop entertaining people that no longer serves you. What you need to do, the way how I would go about it is, I don't play get back. I play sit back and watch God fix that. What up, beautiful people? For Haley's here. So if you are just coming out of a toxic, bad relationship, what you need to know is you gotta heal correctly. And I'm not talking about heal as just go through the relationship, just go through the breakup day by day until your pain starts to subside. I mean, like, you have to grow and evolve from the relationship. So we're talking about when you're leaving a toxic relationship. I understand maybe someone has done you wrong. Maybe you gave it your all and you got the short end of the stick. Every relationship, every divorce, two people plays both roles. You are 50% of the breakup. You are 50% of the relationship. So even if one person truly done you wrong and you weren't the problem, you need to identify that maybe you have done some stuff that you're not proud of. Maybe you've done some stuff that you could have done a little bit better. I mean, we all come out of toxic, negative relationships. We always sit back and be like, wow, I should have done this better. So the key is to identify your negative traits that you have endured and that you have put out into that relationship, so that when you walk into your next relationship, you don't put that negative baggage into the next one. I noticed that a lot of relationships are falling apart nowadays is because two parties have not healed. Two parties are walking into a relationship pouring from an empty cup. Two people are walking into a relationship with baggage from their previous experience or previous relationship. And it's just like, whatever you went through, whatever you endured, you need to pick up the pieces on your own, because no one is going to heal for you. You have to learn how to heal on your own. You are responsible for your own happiness. When you move on to a next relationship, you are entertaining somebody else. It's not their responsibility to make you happy. It's not their responsibility to keep you whole. So if you are going through a phase where you're by yourself, you're single, you're hurting and you're disappointed and you have a lot of anger, you need to channel that energy and use your pain and turn it into power. Use your pain and turn it into purpose. Like I always say, turn your pain, write it in a journal. You need to release that anger. You need to release that hurt. Do not carry your burden into your next relationship, because what you're going to do is that you're going to block your blessings. And this is another reason why I say, and I cannot stress this enough, you have to heal. You have to have your own individuality. You cannot be codependent for someone else. How you value yourself has everything to do with how you're going to move forward. After a failed relationship, what you need to do is you got to level up. You got to reinvent yourself. You got to focus on you. You got to better yourself every single day. That's what the breakup is. That's why it's a blessing in disguise. No matter what relationship it was, whether it was good, whether it was bad, the focus is on you. No one can do things for you. You have to do it by yourself. So you got to focus on doing better so you can attract better, so you can attract greater. This happened to me personally, but when you don't heal from what broke you, when you move on, whatever broke you, you're going to keep running into different bodies with the same personality. And this is exactly why a lot of relationships fall apart. Both people have not experienced growth. Both people have not learned. You got to learn from what you're going through. If you spend more time loving yourself, reinventing, bettering you, you're going to attract what's meant for you. You're going to attract what the last person couldn't do for you. That's what you're going to attract in your next relationship. And if you want your next relationship to last and be sustainable, and you want to be happy, and you don't ever want to go through what you went through in your toxic, failed relationship, you have to put in the work. Basically, you have to be the person that you want to date. You have to become that person that attracts high quality people. You got to be valuable, and you have to value yourself. So when you're getting out of a relationship and it failed and it was toxic and it was bad, Raise your standards and add value. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to keep settling for the bare minimum. You don't want to be with someone that's for everybody. You don't want to be with someone that's for the streets. Like I said, a lot of y'all be blessings into a lot of people's life, and y'all be settling with the demons. Y'all be settling with the devil. On your moment of self-reflection, of self-development, of self-love, putting in that power back to you, you got to remember who the F you was before the relationship, and you got to get back to that person. But be better. Always be better. Handle the relationship and the breakup with grace. You got to find who you are again. Because a lot of us get so caught up in these toxic relationships, we forget who we are. And this is another thing. When you're in a relationship and you know it's not serving you, you know it doesn't align with your future, but you keep staying, you keep hanging on, we normalize it. It almost becomes normal to stay even if we don't want to stay. And it has to be to a point that when you're dating, you're moving on to someone else, you know when to leave. You identify toxic traits or trauma that you endured from your past, and you know when to walk away. You don't just get left, or you don't just keep enduring the same cycle over and over again. Don't ever bring your old habits or the habits that you endured, don't ever keep tolerating that. And that is the reason why you need to learn these things while you're going through a breakup, while you're by yourself, while you're single. I don't know about y'all, but I truly believe that the worst relationships in life teaches us the best lessons. When you deal with real pain and you deal with real heartache, after a while, you're going through your self-reflection phase. You spend more time alone. You spend more time leveling up, loving yourself. You become so much more powerful. You become the baddest person in the room. You have that aura that you just attract. You attract high quality people in your life. You know, you don't settle for low standards or the bare minimum. And that's why you got to take some time after any failed relationship or situation, or even if it's not a failed relationship, this can go for friendships. If you were just around toxic, negative people and you've been around it for so long and you keep attracting more negative and toxic people into your life, you know, you kind of are the problem because you keep tolerating it and you think it's normal, and it's not normal. You only have one life to live, and I want you to live your life happy, and I want you to keep attracting more happiness, more positivity. Don't block your blessings, settling for burdens, and stop entertaining things that are temporary. Because if you keep entertaining things that are temporary, something permanent, a blessing is not going to come into your life. Once you learn how to detach from things that are no longer serving you, you are more likely going to attract what's meant for you. Not everyone you lose is a loss. You win their absence. If you went through a situation where it was not working out and you had to question yourself and you had to question your morals, it's because you was the full package at the wrong address. So while you're spending some time by yourself, it's going to get lonely. It's going to get a little boring. Your phone is going to get dry, but that's okay, because you're going to make room for someone that's actually a blessing in your life. That someone is going to come to your life, compliment you, and y'all both are going to be a power couple. Instead of beating yourself up and wasting your time being sad about something that did not work out for you, sometimes what didn't work out for you really truly worked out for you, because God has a better plan. God has a better opportunity. So if things did not go the way that you planned or the way that you hoped for, it's because God has a better destination for you. He has a better outcome, and you have to trust his plan, and you got to trust in yourself, and you got to believe that you deserve better. But everything starts with you. You got to learn how to heal correctly. And once you learn how to heal correctly and you put your emotions, you release that, you start getting into yourself, start to truly love yourself, pouring energy into you, that's going to make you better. That's going to make you level up in a positive way. Everything else will fall into place. Your blessings will be on its way. But don't beat yourself up. Learn, grow, evolve from it, and put that focus back onto you, because you don't want to keep messing around with the same type of person that you left in the past, that you knew it wasn't right for you. And use your intuition. Stop entertaining jokers and clowns. Make room for a king and a queen to come to your table. But it's not going to keep happening if you're not growing. That's why the same cycles happen again and again and again. People keep jumping and hopping onto relationship to relationship to relationship, and people don't grow from it, people don't learn, and the relationship keeps getting more toxic and toxic, and I wouldn't want that for y'all. Believe that you are better. Believe that greater things is gonna come for you. Actually put the work. Don't beat yourself up for what didn't work out for you, because most of the time what didn't work out for you really truly worked out for you. Not everybody that you lose is a loss. I hope y'all like this content.